Like you, I too was thrown off when I saw 60 Minutes was profiling, of all people, Marjorie Taylor Greene. What could we possibly learn by exploring the inner life of this awful person? We already know she does CrossFit. Plus her political opinions, even worse. However, I reassured myself that this is 60 Minutes. MTG is gonna get the business. Tick, 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 tick. You know? Unfortunately, while our interviewer Lesley Stahl pushed back at various points of the interview, there was this moment.
Democrats support, even Joe Biden, the president himself, supports children being sexualized and having transgender surgeries. Sexualizing children is what pedophiles do to children. Wow. Okay.
And the segment dared to ask this question.
The question for her and the country is, can she expand her brash MTG brand beyond the right-wing populist base?
Yes.
Is that the question? Is that the question, Lesley? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that's why? Whoever that was for, great. And of course, Greene smeared Democrats as pedophiles. That's what she does. That's like having Scarlett Johansson in your movie, and when she hands in a flat, aloof performance, you get upset because you can't tell if it's magical or nothing. That's what you signed up for. Was that amazing and real, or was it nothing? None of us knows. Well, we have some news. We here at Love It or Leave It have unearthed several previous interviews Lesley Stahl gave, archival transcripts few knew about, that relate to the very holiday of Pesach that we mark this evening. Here to help us reenact them, in a segment we're calling Love It or Leave It Presents Lesley Stahl Theater, playing the newsmaker herself, it's the incredible Paula Poundstone. Paula Poundstone, thank you for being here. A legend. First of all, here, you come sit with me right here. Let's sit side by side. How about that? You want to sit with me?
Yeah. That's...
Hi, Paula.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going?
I guess I should talk into that thing.
It's so nice to have you on the show.
It's lovely to be here. It's also unexpected. I drove basically to another country. I live in Santa Monica, so it was unbelievable getting here. And my GPS, I would come to like, I don't know, like a freeway, and the GPS would suggest that I just drive across it. Just, no light, no nothing. Just go. That's what the GPS kept saying. Just go. It was traumatic. And then the parking garage.
Talk to me. Yeah, what happened?
Well, the parking garage had the reserved spaces. The signs are in yellow. Okay, so you can't, I don't see that well to begin with, which it's not a good thing to suggest when I drive here, but I don't. And so I would pull into the space and realize, well, fuck, there's a yellow goddamn reserve sign there. You would put it in a different color, don't you think? A contrasting color. It was like whispering. I'm not exaggerating at all. 4 times I pulled into spaces. 4 times. And I don't back up that well. So every time I'm like, motherfucker, it's another yellow reserve sign. You know, if it's your space, by God, put your fucking name on it in big letters. You know, I'll tell you something. I stay in a lot of hotels, and a lot of hotel employees work their asses off for a month to get a space. You know, a space of their own. You know, a space. You know how they give you a parking space when you're employee of the month. And,
right.
And they put it in big letters. They're like no yellow. They want it shouted at people. I'm self-employed, by the way. So I am likely to get employee of the month in April.
I gotta tell you something. This is a dream come true for me. This is awesome.
Oh my God.
We don't even have to, you wanna just talk? What's up?
Yeah.
What else is happening with you?
Well, I did, you know, because they sent me the Marjorie Taylor Greene interview. I had heard people talking about it. I have to say, it wasn't as bad as I actually expected it to be.
Yeah, there's some nuance to it. I said that she pushed back at times.
Yeah, not a lot. And I'm not sure that eye-rolling works with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, there's a little bit, right, like subtlety, Lesley, of like, can you, like the kind of woof, yikes.
Yeah.
Like that, yikes is not going to work on this woman. Yikes doesn't work with fascism. You know what I mean? You need a more powerful weapon than a yikes.
You know, I'm not sure about that. I just listened to a book about Mussolini.
Anything you remember from it?
Yes, yikes was a powerful deterrent.
Yeah, that was it was Rommel's weakness. He couldn't figure out what to do with a yikes
Could not take,
from Patton.
Oh, I'll tell you something. Stalin, give him a ye gods, out of there.
Yeah.
No, you know what I remember about who did I say? Who was the first guy?
It's Mussolini.
Okay, here's what I remember about Mussolini. So he was, and I'm not. If I read a whole book about something, I'm lucky if I can remember 2 facts. And by the way, I read 1 book. I don't know. It could have been like
More
the
than
wrong,
these fucking people.
It could have been. I mean, I have no way of backing up. I don't know for sure. But here, so this is what the book I read said. It said that he was. So he was killed in the end by the partisans, I believe, turned on him or something, and he was held captive in a hotel for a little while, and then they put him in a truck one day with I think 3 other captives, and they drove him to the top of a hill, and they shot them, and then they took Mussolini back down to the town square, and they hung his dead body, and the people were so angry with him that they beat the dead body with sticks. And they put a dead mouse in his mouth. I just thought that was an interesting detail.
Wasn't there also some dragging? Was there dragging involved by the legs?
I can't
remembering
recall
that?
any longer. Okay, here's the other thing it said in the book. I have never heard anybody else say this, but I have not really talked about Mussolini to anybody but you.
And I'm glad that you feel safe enough to share.
I do.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
I do. This is a really developmental time for me. So, his, I think somehow, wait, what happened with the body? I can't remember. Did they cremate the body? I can't remember any longer.
Yeah.
But at one point, they contacted his wife or girlfriend or whatever it was, and they asked her if she wanted it. And she said, I live in a small house. I don't know where I would put it. And they did, I think they had to like reassemble the body. I think the body had fallen apart. And apparently the Americans, I believe it was, somehow a little sliver of his brain came to America. And they were looking at a sliver of his brain on a microscope slide. Mm-hmm. Which I just think is funny. What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Yeah,
asshole, yes.
There it is. There's your problem right there.
Yeah,
the brain was where was that the problem.
Yeah, guy was a dick. Would you look at that? Which apparently can be, they can't look before. Like they can't take a slice.
No, famously.
Like, if your kid is having developmental problems or maybe acts out a lot, you can't just take a slice of their brain and go, wow, the kid's an asshole.
No, you gotta wait till the person's dead to look at the brain.
And by then
in your hands, you can scan it. We got scannings, but then not back then.
Think about that.
Not with Mussolini back then. They weren't MRIing Mussolini. That didn't exist. I don't think.
No, they didn't. They didn't MRI.
You know what I'm realizing?
Mussolini.
There's that famous discovery. Albert Einstein was famously said, "Hey, leave my brain alone," and then he died, and we're like, "You're dead. We're doing what we want."
Oh, did he say that? Did he say leave my brain alone?
I'm remembering a book I read so much longer ago than when you read the Mussolini book.
Yeah.
So, and as much as you're not confident in your Mussolini knowledge,
you don't,
I'm even
you
less
don't feel on
confident.
solid ground with your Einstein knowledge?
But here's my question. What if the reason, so when they looked at Albert Einstein's brain, they were hoping they were going to see extra stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a brain right there.
Right, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No,
right.
That's not what happened. It just looked like a normal human brain. It could have been anybody's brain. What if what we're dealing with here is the Mussolini brain and the Einstein brain got swapped.
Got mixed up. Oh yeah.
A classic like a Wacky Wednesdays, like a Parent Trap situation.
Freaky Friday.
A Freaky Friday.
You know what? You gotta be able.
Does anyone remember the book Wacky Wednesday?
There was no fucking Wacky Wednesday book. Why can't you just admit you're wrong?
I don't do that on stage.
All of a sudden, the whole crowd has to feel bad about their literacy.
Someone remembers Wacky Wednesday.
There was a Wacky
Wednesday
There was
exists.
no Wacky
Yes,
Wednesday.
it was. It was obviously a ridiculous IP. It was a ridiculous grab to try to, get some of that Freaky Friday money.
Yeah.
It wasn't the right thing to do to write Wacky Wednesday.
Yeah.
Steven, don't Google things. Pay attention.
Is somebody...
Focus on how we sound. I don't want you Googling while we're doing the show.
And he's Googling? Yeah. And now I bet my voice doesn't sound right.
But there would exist, right? Yes. Hell yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
We're gonna skip this, right?
Whatever you want. I'm totally here with you.
All right, let's do it.
It's so
let's
nice
do it.
to be with you,
It's so
by
nice
the
to be
way.
with you. This really is a dream come true for me. I've been a fan of you.
You've got to aim much higher. You gotta
is.
aim higher.
No, I'm not gonna. This is it.
Whoa.
This is it for me. Come on.
Well, thank you. Lovett was on my podcast.
I was.
And I had no idea you'd ever even heard of me before. You didn't say a word at the time.
Yes,
no,
that is-
you didn't.
that
No.
is fucking-
No,
that's
you were
bullshit.
you were like,
Yeah, smoking
yeah,
famously.
you were like, yeah.
No.
Yeah, and he had like bodyguards with him and shit. He's like, how long do you need me for? I'll tell you what, how we start at the top, we do a couple jokes, I'm out of here. How about that?
All right, for those listening at
Yeah.
home, that wasn't me. That was Paula's impression of me.
That's exactly what he was like. And he was like, I got a couple of podcasts. I don't know why I'm doing this podcast. It's such a weird name, podcast, isn't it?
Yeah,
If you say it a lot, it just feels weird.
It really
Like the word them. If you say it enough, it just feels weird.
Sure.
Them.
Them.
It's weird, isn't it?
I
Like,
guess.
who came up with that, them?
I don't know. Probably. I think it sort of evolved.
Yeah.
Probably from.
It used to be just,
Yeah, it started with
yeah.
a lot of stuff. Yeah. Paula,
Ready?
thank you. Just reminding everybody, catching you up, because previously on Paula Poundstone on Love It or Leave It, this was a Lesley Stahl segment some time ago.
Yes.
The first interview we'd like to present, and I know this might seem implausible, is an interview Lesley Stahl did with the Pharaoh from the Book of Exodus, the actual Pharaoh from the Passover story. Paula, are you ready?
I am. Pharaoh, you've got some pretty radical views and a sharp tongue, but you've somehow managed to capture the national limelight, taking on the role of a half-human demigod who rules over your kingdom with an iron fist. Tell me, why won't you? Oh, tell me why won't you? Tell me why won't you? Tell me why.
Either works. I actually think both of your emphasis works.
Tell me why won't you? In the words of your political rival, who you've called a bush arsonist, Moses, why won't you let my people go?
Let my people go? Sounds like your average Twitter troll in my mentions, Lesley. The answer to your question is simple. The Jewish people love their jobs. Building pyramids, as Jewish people famously kill it on the manual labor front. And while I don't pay them and hold them against their will, a lot of people are trying to cancel me because I'm a boss and no one wants to work anymore. Also, Moses is a pedophile.
Alrighty then.
Lesley Stahl, everyone.
Why won't you tell me?
You're just doing another take?
No, tell me, why won't you?
Tell me, why won't you? In the words of.
Tell me, why won't you?
No, I mean, tell me why won't you? Tell me why won't you sounds like George Burns is saying it.
Why is why won't you in there?
Well,
Couldn't it just be tell me in the words
no, it's because
of, oh my God, I feel like we're about to do a duet.
Why won't you? Why won't you? This is a. I would
They
say
say our love won't pay the rent.
this is a dependent clause which you could actually just eliminate.
I
Tell
got
me
you,
why.
babe.
Tell me why you won't. Tell me why won't you? Oh, I see.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, you know
Yeah.
what?
Tell me why won't you?
Listen. We don't have the. This isn't wait. Don't tell me. All right. We're just doing our best.
When they're changing the name of that show to wait. Don't tell me why won't you? All right.
Paula Poundstone will be
That's my
back.
plan,
Paula
is to
Poundstone, come
leave
on.
now.
She'll be back.